Your varicose veins aren't getting worse from what you're not doing, they're getting worse from 5 ordinary things you do every single day, sitting in your chair, at the dinner table, right before bed. And chances are you're doing all 5 right now without even knowing it. This isn't your fault. Nobody teaches this. Most folks over 60 don't learn about these 5 mistakes until the veins are already bulging and the legs are burning by evening. But here's the truth, it's never too late to start. Whether your veins just started showing or they've been there for 20 years, these 5 changes can lift the heaviness, bring down the swelling, and slow how fast things get worse from here. I'm going to walk you through all 5 mistakes, and for each one, I'll tell you exactly what to do instead. No floor work, I heard you in the comments. No equipment, just 5 small changes you can start tonight. And the most serious one, the one almost nobody knows about, I'm saving for the end. Habit number 1, sitting still for too long. It sounds harmless. That's exactly why it's the most damaging of the 5. As you already know, after 60, blood travels down to your legs easily, but coming back up to your heart gets harder every year. When you sit still for a long time, that slow return becomes a full stop. The blood pools, the pressure builds from below, every evening, year after year. The good news is the fix is simpler than you think. No timers, no alarms, just tie a little movement to things that already happen in your day, 10 times a day. When a commercial comes on the TV, start by working your feet right in a chair, toes up, toes down, 20 times. And if you still have some energy left, stand up, pour a glass of water, walk around the room until the commercial ends. You don't have to do it all at once. Start small. When you're stopped at a red light, work 1 foot at a time. Roll the ankle one way, then the other. Switch to the other foot. By the next red light, do it again. When the phone rings, stand up to answer it. If the conversation goes long, don't stay in one spot. Walk around while you talk. When you put the kettle on or start the coffee maker, while it's heating, walk around the kitchen or do 10 slow heel raises holding on to the counter. 4 cues, things that already happen every single day. No clocks, no reminders. Your own life becomes the timer. After 2 weeks, you'll be doing it without thinking. And just this one change is often enough to take the heaviness out of your legs by evening. Habit number 2, and this one, your own mother probably taught you to do it. Sitting with one leg crossed over the other at the knee. Think back to childhood. Sit like a lady. Sit properly. Here's what's actually happening when you sit that way. Right behind your knee, in the narrowest spot, there's a main vein that drains your whole lower leg. When you cross one knee on top of the other, that vein gets pressed against the bone of your other thigh. Every minute you sit like that, the blood in your calf is sitting still. Pressure rises. The vein walls stretch. This is a varicose vein forming in slow motion. Not over a week, not a month, over 20 years of sitting that way. The hard part is, it's unconscious. You'll catch yourself today. You'll remember once or twice tomorrow. By the day after, you'll be doing it again without noticing. Just telling yourself, don't do it, doesn't work. I know. So, 2 simple tricks that do work because they change your environment, not your willpower. First, put a small footrest in front of the chair where you watch TV. It can be a small ottoman, a low stool, or a folding footrest you can pick up almost anywhere. Every time you sit down, plant both feet on it. Within a week, it becomes automatic. And here's the real trick. When your feet are raised even 6 inches off the floor, you physically can't lift one knee over the other comfortably. The geometry won't allow it. After 2 weeks, the habit is gone. It has nowhere to live. Second trick. For those of you with family in the house, turn it into a game. Make a deal with your spouse, your grown kids, your grandchildren. Every time they catch you sitting with your knees crossed and remind you they earn $1. Sounds like a small thing, but within a month they'll be catching you 5 times a day. And here's why it works. Every reminder makes your brain stamp the connection harder. After 2 months, the habit is gone. Habit number 3, long hot baths, hot tubs, and saunas. The saunas want to be right away. I'm not telling you to give up your evening bath, but the temperature and the length matter now, especially after 60. Here's what happens. Heat makes your veins widen. In a healthy leg, that's no problem. The walls snap back. But in a leg where the walls are already stretched and the valves are already weak, heat just stretches them further. Worse, when you stand up out of that hot water, all that warm, widened blood rushes back down into your legs. That throbbing heaviness many of you feel after a long, hot soak, that's exactly what it is. The fix is not to skip the bath. Just end every bath, shower, or sauna with 30 seconds of cool water on your legs from the knee down. 30 seconds. Cool, not freezing. That cool finish snaps the vein walls back to size. It's the same principle as the contrast shower I showed you in the last video, but you don't need to do the full routine. The cool finish alone is enough most days. And the length matters too. Sitting in a hot tub for 45 minutes doesn't help your veins, no matter how good it feels. 15 minutes is plenty. Habit number 4. You're probably wearing this mistake right now. Tight socks, tight waistbands, shapewear. A lot of folks are surprised I take this one as seriously as I do. A sock isn't a weapon, but here's what's happening. That elastic band at the top of a regular dress sock, the one that leaves a deep dent on your calf, the dent so many of you can still see at dinner time, that elastic works like a tourniquet on a vein that's already struggling. Same thing with shapewear worn all day. Same thing with jeans that pinch at the waist. Same thing with knee-high socks worn for warmth. Any pressure point above the calf blocks the very channel your blood needs to travel back through. And the older the vein, the less force it has to push past that pinch. Here's a simple test. At the end of the day, take off your sock. If you see a deep band mark on your leg that's still there 30 seconds later, that sock is too tight. Switch to a soft cuff sock or move up to a real graduated compression stocking. Loosen your waistband when you sit down to eat or to watch TV. And shapewear, save it for short events, not for all-day wear. And since we're on compression stockings, so many of you asked about them in the comments, let me answer right here. The rule is simple. Put them on before you get out of bed in the morning while your legs are still flat and not swollen. Wear them all day. Take them off only when you lie back down at night, and replace them every 3 to 6 months. They lose their stretch, and an old compression stocking is no better than a regular sock. And now, habit number 5, the one almost nobody connects to their veins. Eating salty food in the evening sounds harmless, doesn't it? It's not. And it's the habit that explains why so many of you wake up with a puffy face, why you have sock dents on your ankles that are already there before you put a sock on, and why you're up 2 or 3 times a night to use the bathroom. Here's what's happening. After 60, your kidneys process salt more slowly than they did at 30. That's just age. It's not a diagnosis. Nothing is wrong. But the same amount of salty food you ate your whole life now holds water in your body all night long. Gravity pulls that water down into your legs. Your kidneys spend the whole night trying to flush it out, and that's why you keep getting up to use the bathroom. And let's be honest with each other. I'm not going to tell you to give up your favorite pickles or your Friday pizza or bacon on a Sunday morning. That's unrealistic. I wouldn't do it either. The rule is much simpler. All salty food before 3 in the afternoon. Want chips, pickles, pizza, cheese, deli meat? Have them at breakfast. Have them at lunch. Have them as a mid-afternoon snack before 3. But after 3, no added salt. Dinner should taste plain. Want flavor? Use lemon, black pepper, garlic, fresh herbs, not salt. Within 4 to 5 days, the morning puffiness in your face and ankles goes down clearly. Within a week, most people stop getting up to the bathroom as often at night. And within 2 weeks, the heavy feeling in your legs by evening drops away. And since we're talking about food, 3 things to put on your plate this week. Berries, blueberries, blackberries, dark cherries. They contain flavonoids that genuinely strengthen vein walls. There's decades of research on this. Citrus fruits, especially the white pith just under the orange peel. Most folks throw it away. It contains diosmin, a compound actually prescribed in Europe for vein support, and dark leafy greens, spinach, kale, Swiss chard, for the magnesium and vitamin K that keep your circulation steady. None of this is exotic, none of it is expensive. A handful of berries with breakfast, an orange at lunch, a side of greens at dinner. That's it. Let's put it all together. 5 habits to change starting tonight. 1. Move your feet whenever a commercial plays, the phone rings, or the kettle boils. 2. Put a small footrest in front of your chair and make a $1 deal with the grandkids. 3. Finish every hot bath with 30 seconds of cool water on your legs. 4. No tight socks, no tight waistbands, and compression stockings go on before your feet hit the floor. 5. All salt before 3 in the afternoon. A full glass of water between dinner and bed. You don't need to do all 5 at once. Pick one, the one that hit closest to home while you were watching. That's the one your body is asking you to fix first. Start with that one tonight. Now, I want to ask you something because this channel has viewers from all over the world, and I've noticed each country has its own habits that quietly make varicose veins worse. In Germany, for example, the sauna is part of life. Many folks I hear from there go into a hot sauna every week, even when their veins are already giving them trouble. In parts of Asia and Eastern Europe, girls are taught from a very young age to sit with their legs crossed at the knee. It's considered proper, polite, ladylike. Here in the United States, so many of our towns are built around the car. You can spend 2 or 3 hours a day behind the wheel and barely notice it, and your legs pay the price. So, here's my question, and I'd love a real answer in the comments. Which country are you watching from? And which of these 5 habits is the most common where you live? Tell me your country and the number. I read every comment and I do my best to answer. And one more thing, knowing what's hurting your veins is half the work. Knowing what to do for them is the other half. If you haven't seen it yet, my video on the simple exercises that genuinely help varicose veins is the one to watch next. The link is in the description. If you're new to the channel, this is what we do here. Practical advice for folks over 60. Things you can actually do at home without equipment, without trainers, without spending a dime. If that's what you've been looking for, hit subscribe and give the video a thumbs up if it helped.